think about finance.
Finance is fun. Finance is fun. Finance is fun. It's fun. Wouldn't you like to be able to buy whatever you want? Having financial freedom will seem more attainable after Professor Stevy's lesson today. Achieving your financial freedom would enable you to live the extraordinary life you desire on your own terms. Let's learn how to attain financial freedom. Hey guys, settle down. Professor Stevy is in the hallway coming.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Professor Stevy.
All right, let's settle down.
What are we going to learn today, Professor Stevy?
As we continue our journey to improve our financial skills, today we'll learn what it means to have financial freedom. So, who can tell me what financial freedom is?
Financial freedom is buying your freedom with money. For example, you have been found guilty of a crime, and you must pay a fine instead of going to prison.
What in the world did you say? Buying your freedom for money? That's a very creative answer, but not quite right. Yes, Connor.
Financial freedom is being able to comfortably pay for your everyday needs without borrowing or becoming financially dependent on others.
Very good. And what do we have to do to gain financial freedom? Yes, Catie.
Financial freedom requires one to have several sources of income. Income can be money from a job, like walking dogs or shoveling snow. Or it can be money a kid makes from a business, like starting a lemonade stand. If one source of income dries up, their life will continue as usual without having to borrow.
That's brilliant. With extra sources of income, one is more sure of being able to meet their needs even if one source dries up. Does anybody else have an idea of how a person can achieve financial freedom?
To achieve financial freedom, you should avoid falling into debt.
That's an excellent point. Debt is when you borrow money for something you want immediately with a promise to pay it back, plus more money in the future. It's always better to avoid borrowing money unless you desperately need to because you end up paying more in the long run. Being in debt is a bad place to be.
For someone to achieve financial freedom, I think you should set a life goal and work towards it. This gives you a reason to work hard and increases your chances of living a good life.
Very good, Catie. A financial goal should be as specific as possible. It should always include the amount of money you want to make and a deadline for reaching that goal. Anyone else?
Me, Professor Stevy.
Please, Connor, go ahead.
You should make a habit of saving money.
Great job, Connor. Saving is putting some money aside to help you when you need extra cash and prevents you from borrowing money. Anyone else?
Spend your money wisely. Avoid buying things you don't really need just to show off.
Another excellent tip. Very good, Catie. Buying a house that is too big for you, a fancy car, or expensive designer clothes from Paris only uses up your savings, leaving you without money for emergencies.
Good spending habits begin with setting a monthly budget and sticking to it. This helps you develop good financial behavior.
Great information, Connor. A budget is when you prepare for things you need to buy or pay for in advance by setting an amount you can afford and then pay attention to the things you're buying and paying for so you don't go over the amount that you set.
Professor Stevy, it is very important to build an emergency fund to help you on a rainy day. You never know when you will have an emergency like your car breaking down.
That's such a great tip, Catie. Although you have quite a bit of time to save for that since you won't be driving for a few years.
Professor Stevy, my dad always saves some money for emergencies.
That's very wise of your dad. And according to a recent study, more than half of Americans have not saved enough for $1,000 emergency.
$1,000? That seems like a lot.
Well, $1,000 is about the average cost of 2 smartphones and less than the average cost of a single new iPhone.
So if an emergency happens, the average American doesn't even have enough money for that? That's very sad. People should start saving immediately.
Yes, they should. That just shows you how important it is for you to start saving for an emergency at an early stage. Okay, there is a lot more that someone can do to be financially free.
Have more than one source of income.
That's also correct. Having more than one source of income leads to true financial freedom. So how can you create more than one source of income?
Taking a second job?
That's brilliant. If you have the time, you can take a second job as a second source of income. What other ideas?
Investing your money.
Yes, Connor. Well, when you invest your money, for example, in the stock market, it can grow over time. Any other tips?
Starting a side business.
Correct. That's another great way of gaining financial freedom.
I want to have financial freedom.
Me too.
Well then, great job everyone for today. I am so glad that you are all so active in class today to learn about some of the things that you can do to achieve financial freedom.
Thank you, Professor Stevie. You are awesome.
No, you guys are awesome. Goodbye, y'all. See you in the next lesson.